Welcome back. This segment of Don't Be Fooled is personal. Some of you may know that I served as a political appointee in the Trump administration as the executive secretary for the Department of Homeland Security. During that time, I worked very closely with a colleague named Miles Taylor. On Monday this week, Miles penned a scathing op-ed criticizing President Trump, completed the media circuit on all major networks, and he starred in a video paid for by Republicans against Trump.
I'm Miles Taylor. I served as the Chief of Staff of the Department of Homeland Security under the Donald Trump administration. I would go into the office, I would read my intelligence brief, and then it was my job to help the Department of Homeland Security to keep our country safe. What we saw week in and week out, and for me after 2.5 years in that administration, was terrifying.
Miles, what are you doing? This isn't true. Why would you betray your friends and colleagues like this, many of whom still work at DHS? You weren't scared, none of us were, and you never saved the country from bad Trump ideas. As if his shameless publicity pandering wasn't bad enough, he went further and actually endorsed Biden.
Given what I've experienced in the administration, I have to support Joe Biden for president, and even though I'm not a Democrat, even though I disagree on key issues, I'm confident that Joe Biden will protect the country.
Miles is not a Democrat and has vastly different views than Biden. For the vast majority of his tenure, Miles served as a counselor to Secretary Nielsen. That means he never engaged with the president. Only towards the end of his tenure, after he negotiated his way to becoming the Deputy Chief of Staff, did he try to serve in the role as Chief of Staff. That lasted a few weeks, maybe 2 months, before he was fired. This is nothing more than a shameless attempt at publicity. He was fired for failing to do his job effectively, then cashed in, transitioning to Google. And now he's trying to buy favor from those who hate Trump. Or maybe he wants to run for office. He left DHS with his tail between his legs, and now he wants some publicity. Speaking of political pandering, Kevin KLINE's attorney makes the list this week. KLINE intentionally misled the FISA court and altered the email from the CIA that said Carter Page was a reliable U.S. informant. He changed it to say that Carter Page was not a source. By withholding this information in the first application and then lying about it in the renewals, KLINE pressed on the scales to ensure the court issued a warrant against Page. Durham charged KLINE with one felony count of falsifying information to the court. He was charged with willfully and knowingly lying to the court. Yet, his attorney told the press his client didn't intend to mislead the court. He believed his statements to be accurate. This makes no sense. He intentionally altered the email and still believed the information in it was accurate? If he didn't intend to mislead the court, he can't plead guilty. That's exactly what he's charged with, falsifying evidence with the intent to mislead the court. Do you want to issue a new statement? Well, there's not really much else to say, is there? Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, spoke at the DNC convention this week. The virtual convention was as exciting to watch as a virtual convention. Governor Whitmer, on behalf of Joe Biden, blames Donald Trump for the nation's problems and praises Obama and Biden for not blaming others.
But President Obama and Vice President Biden didn't waste time blaming anyone else or shirking their responsibility. They got to work.
Interesting. She's making an appearance to support Joe Biden and blames the president. Yet she praises Biden, who the convention is designed to support, for not passing blame. Joe Biden has only had 4 to 5 decades to make change. If you give him another 4 years, he'll really make it happen this time. Okay. Since we're on the topic of pandering politicians, John Kasich, the former governor of Ohio, a Republican, made a virtual appearance at the DNC.
Because we're being taken down the wrong road by a president who is pitted one against the other.
Kasich went toe-to-toe with Trump in the Republican primaries in 2016 and lost. All 16 of Donald Trump's challengers lost. Yet Kasich is still holding a grudge. He doesn't like Donald Trump, and he doesn't like the way Trump won. Donald Trump disrupted the Republican Party and has reshaped the political landscape. Kasich doesn't like that and is holding firm to his beliefs the old way is better. People come into power through connections, not by being the choice the people want. Kasich is holding a grudge, so much so that he's promoting Joe Biden, just like Miles Taylor. Neither of these men believe in the message of Biden. They just hate Trump.